You are listening to Lifted You Weight Loss with Annie Jensen, episode number 15. What is a natural eater and how to become one? Hello, darling. I'm Annie, and I'm here to connect with you. I know we understand each other. We show up, we live hard, and you and I do all of it, carrying the same burden. But here is the most beautiful truth that I've learned over years of struggling with my weight. We do not have to live with this burden. So come with me because you are not alone in this. I'm ready to share everything. My story, my friendship, and every piece of value I've gathered along the way. My purpose is to lift you as you move forward on your own path to light, loving, and lasting weight loss and build something that finally works for you. Darling, there is a life waiting for you on the other side of this process. So let's ease this burden. Let's build what's already within you. Together we'll create a lighter, lifted you. Hello, welcome back. I'm excited to get settled in together today. Last week, we talked about what body connection is. And we talked about what a healthy connection looks like and what a less healthy connection looks like. And today we're going to take it a step further and talk about a really specific way and a really effective way to build that body connection. You've heard me talk about becoming a natural eater, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about what a natural eater is, why it's important to become one, and also how to become one. So this is really great because this is a place where a lot of us struggle, right in this place of disconnection with our body systems. We've just had habits for a long time and patterns that have kept us living a certain way, kind of ignoring these signals and these systems. And becoming a natural eater is a really great way to build that body connection and help you live at a natural weight without all the drama and the heavy and the resistance and the struggle that many of us have had for so long. That's our focus today. But first, I wanted to read a review that I got because it made me so happy. And I'm really just thankful for anyone who takes the time to rate and to review the podcast and give me some of your thoughts. So I wanted to read this to you today. This is from Emma, and she says, "Love the clarity and relatability of Annie. She knows what she's talking about, and she makes it simple and easy." I sure hope so. I'm trying. Sometimes I feel like my thoughts are just all over the place, but I'm trying to, like I've said, bring my experience and love and desire to connect and lift together in a way to help you see weight loss in a different way and to see yourself in a different way. So thank you so much, Emma. I will definitely get you put into the drawing to win a random Venmo deposit. So if you are liking the podcast, will you just head over and rate it and leave me all your thoughts so that I can make this as helpful and valuable to you as possible. Okay, let's dive in to what is a natural eater and how to become one. Something that I would love for you to be able to do right at the beginning here is make a mental shift with me. Okay, becoming a natural eater is not about what you eat. How long have you been living, have I been living thinking about what we eat? Forever, right? And of course, that is important, and we'll keep doing that. But we do also need to make a shift here. So becoming a natural eater is not about what you eat. It is about who you are when you eat. It is about your identity. And we've been talking about your identity for weeks now. Remember your weight identity and how we're trying to clear your lens and your perception and rebuild your weight identity without all the errors. Well, becoming a natural eater is all about your identity. And when you can shift your focus from the food itself to who you want to be before, during, and after you eat it, everything starts to change in your mind and in your perception. It starts to soften. Your personal pressure that kind of lives inside your mind and your chest starts to soften. You become more future focused instead of feeling weighed down by the past. When you're thinking about who you want to be, that is so much lighter and brighter than remembering past evidence of yourself. When you're thinking about who you want to become, you're thinking about what's possible for you. And that makes your daily choices easier. We've talked all about that moment when you need to make a personal decision and then move. When you make those personal choices based on who you want to become, the changes that result from those choices are lasting changes. They are identity-based changes. And that is how a natural eater operates day in and day out. She operates based on her identity, not on whatever food she finds herself with or whatever situation she finds herself in. A natural eater's lifestyle is not about personal performance or restriction. It's about identity-based consistency. Her thoughts, her feelings, her actions, her daily choices are rooted in who she believes she is. So it's not about the Chinese food or the chocolate cake or Christmas Eve dinner or wherever you find yourself. It's about who she believes she is. That's what makes her choices steady, and that's what makes them repeatable and consistent. That's why your friend can take 2 bites of dessert and be satisfied. That's why growing up, you had friends who could leave Halloween candy in their rooms, like through Valentine's Day. I could never do that. Mine was always gone so much faster. That's because their choices are not about the food. They are about who they have become. And that's where you're going to get. That's why you're going to be a person who can eat some of what's on your plate and throw away the rest. So right now, if you feel like you're not in charge around food, or you feel stuck in your weight loss, or you feel like once you get off your GLP-1 medication, you're going to put all the weight back on, it's not because you don't work. It's because your identity as a natural eater is still undeveloped. That part of you, the natural eater inside of you, your natural eater doer, needs to be built. And over time, that's what we are going to do on this podcast together. But let's talk about the rest of today. We know that becoming a natural eater is one of the most powerful ways to rebuild your weight identity and live at your natural weight. Becoming a natural eater is going to build those body connections that we're focusing on in this layer. So today, we're going to define what a natural eater is. We're going to walk through why it matters, and we're going to talk about how to become one. What is a natural eater? A natural eater is someone whose thinking, body signals, and identity all work together to maintain her natural weight. Okay, I'm going to give you a full definition too, okay? A natural eater is a woman who eats in response to her body, guided by a clear mind and supported by her heart, with her identity aligned across all 3, so she naturally maintains her weight. Her body speaks, so she hears it and responds. Her mind guides. She moves forward with clarity. And her heart supports. She follows through and takes care of herself while doing it. Inside a naturally thin woman who is a natural eater, there is no constant internal battle between what she wants most for herself and what she wants in the moment. She just is. She just lives, confident in her identity as a natural eater and a naturally thin person. Let's talk about why becoming a natural eater matters. Okay, let's spell that out. Remember, the goal of body connection is simple. It's to hear your body's signals and respond on purpose. That's it. That's what we're trying to do in layer 4. That is what a natural eater does every single day. She hears her body's signals and she responds on purpose. But most of us, most women who struggle with weight, are disconnected from those signals. There's a breakdown in our system that we have been living with for one amount of time or another. Day after day, we miss the information that our body is trying to tell us. We keep eating when our body is done. We use food to manage our emotions, and we feel like food is louder than our own body systems. And then we tell ourselves all the stories about why we can't change, and we stay stuck. Becoming a natural eater reconnects you to the systems that are designed to keep you healthy and happy. You stop trying to control yourself from the outside all the time, and you start working with yourself. Your body becomes your partner. Doesn't that sound great? Doesn't it sound great to be the person who doesn't hate the holidays, or who doesn't hate the 4th of July picnic, or hate Friday night drinks and snacking, or hate Saturday morning weigh-ins, depending on what they think the scale is going to say? So how do we do it? How do we become a natural eater? Our focus is going to be twofold, and I've mentioned both of them. First, we focus on who we want to become. We focus on identity-based change. Second, we build the body connections that help us get there. And here's where we get a little more specific. We are going to build those connections inside your mind, your body, and your heart. You've heard me use the phrase, become a natural eater, inside your mind, your body, and your heart. This is where that comes from, and this is where we're going. And before we zoom in close to each of those places in the upcoming weeks, we'll take a higher level look at your mind, body, and heart. Becoming a natural eater in your mind means you think like a natural eater. You see yourself clearly. And at first, you ask yourself questions like, who do I want to be while I eat this? And then you follow through. You see your situations as choices, not problems in your life. That one is so good. I have always seen hard situations regarding food as problems, not as choices. You're not caught in old thought patterns, and you're not constantly negotiating with yourself. When you're a natural eater in your mind, your conscious and your subconscious minds begin to align in belief and purpose. When you are a natural eater in your mind, your thinking supports your goals. Becoming a natural eater in your body means you eat while responding to your body's natural systems. You can hear your body clearly. You recognize hunger, fullness, and how things make you feel. And then you consistently respond to those signals instead of ignoring or overriding them. Being a natural eater in your heart means you have come to a place where you believe that you are a natural eater and you live from that identity. You're not trying to eat like a natural eater. You know you are becoming one. You see the difference? It's not about what you eat and what you do. It's about who you are when you are doing all of it. A natural eater's heart supports loving self-talk, and you trust yourself enough to expect yourself to live like a natural eater. You respond to your emotions with awareness and intention, not food. And your self-care becomes non-negotiable and natural, even when it means making the harder choice for yourself. My sweet friend, we are going to work on building these connections together. We're going to focus on each system, your mind, your body, and your heart. And then something really amazing is going to start to happen. You're going to see yourself start to chip away at your old identity while quietly building a new one. And that's going to feel light. It's going to feel hopeful and empowering. You're going to start to do more automatically all the things we've talked about. You're going to start to think more clearly. Your path forward is going to sharpen into focus, and your self-belief is going to strengthen. You're going to consistently make more and more intentional choices, and your doer is going to move freely. And over time, this complex, heavy, multifaceted weight problem that we have lived with is going to start to take care of itself. Time for some final thoughts. I mentioned that constant internal battle between what you want so much for yourself and then what your lower brain and your habits are screaming for in the moment. You know the battle I'm talking about, don't you? It's like incessant. I remember the first time that someone described it as a battle to me. It was the most accurate, validating description of my feelings and experience that I had ever heard of it. It described what I was living perfectly. Me wanting something so badly for myself, but then me getting in the way of it and wanting something else in the moment all the time. A healthy mind, body, and heart connection in that moment is crucial to becoming a natural eater and rebuilding your weight identity. So we're going to zoom into that moment inside your mind, your body, and your heart. We have visited that moment quite often together already, but we're going to keep going because that moment, that present moment, is when the personal change happens. That's the moment where your essence sees clearly and your doer moves. That's the moment where you connect, check, and go. That's when you decide and then you move forward and you take a step of change. And as you do that consistently, again and again, that internal battle begins to fade. And one day, you're living on the other side of it. Keep going, sweetheart. I know you can do this. And I'll see you in a week when we'll zoom in on becoming a natural eater inside your mind. I love you. Take care.